Well, sorry. Well, it took me a while, but I finally solved it. And I don't need half of this stuff anymore. Just trying to figure out what the hell is going on. Because, for one thing, it never called any dialogue off param or anything like that. Remember, like the first thing I said was, oh yeah, it won't. That's here in the list. I said my first thing I said was, it's got to be this one. It can't be this one. And the reason I said that is because sorry. Yeah. Because what this is for is for a modeless dialogue. And if there's anything modeless about that dialogue, it's very difficult to tell. But in fact, that is a modeless dialogue created long before anything else. And that's what I found out. A lot of spying and different experiments. And then finally I had the idea right. What I would do with what I noticed, or what I thought would be a good place to start, was what makes that bing, the sound, So before any of this stuff, I had this. Now see, I don't need any of this anymore, but yeah, certainly don't need that. I thought I thought other functions might want to know that the beep had occurred. No S leaped anymore. I don't need this. I don't really need that. I'll leave that. This is in case of console. I shouldn't put it all in one file. It's ridiculous. I can't find anything. Or is it my entry point? It's gone. It's disappeared down to the bottom. That's what I wanted. Just this. Yeah, as I was saying, the bing. So the bing would happen, and then I wanted to see what was going to happen after that, and I had breakpoints. I had the whole thing covered with F9, like this, all over the place. And it seemed to be doing kind of random thing. They didn't do the same thing the first time as the second time, and so on. And that didn't make very much sense. I also noticed that one of the first functions it called is this. I never used this before, but I found out. This tells you the cursor position, where the cursor was when when you got the last message, right? So that would be one way you could determine if somebody's trying to cheat by posting messages, right? So I had a theory because not only does he call this function, but he also calls another one, a bunch of ones like point in rect, right? So I thought, okay, all I gotta do is make this function return true all the time, right? And it'll never fail. If I'll post a message and he's gonna check where get the cursor position, and it's gonna be in whatever rectangle he wants it to be in. But that didn't work. And okay, but all right, I'll just close the window at this point, right? Like, actually, it turns out, oh no, I just changed everything. I have to copy that. What? Oh, I don't need that. What are these warnings? I gotta watch out for these warnings because I've messed myself up. What did I say? You. This is the key. This was this Windows hook thing. Was what killed it. It was what I had to solve, and I was on that track, except stupidly I had forgotten to put these WinAppies here. Calling convention, proper calling convention. So everything was crashing, and I thought it was because I had to really set a hook, and then I made my own hook function. Anyway, this is what the thing does. Wait, out of warning. Let's see this. First off, it's not a regular style window. You're going to see in a second. This here, which has been painstakingly crafted to look like a window, is not. Well, it's a window, but it's not what would you call it? It's not a handcrafted window. It's a standard type of window. See? It is of class dialogue. It's a dialogue. It looks like a window because he's put these things here that imitate what Windows would have. Minimize button, close, and so on. But that's just a picture he's drawn. Now that's pretty clever in itself. Because what happens is, when the evil dialogue comes up, no dialogues are created. All he does is resume a thread that's been waiting to run that modus dialogue on top of this dialogue, and it's a switcheroo, because if you kill that dialogue that's in front, it turns out that every other thread in the program is waiting for the thread that's running that dialogue to die. or some signal or something. It has to end in its normal way. If it doesn't end in its normal way, try to just destroy it or try to end dialogue or kill it in some other way. The other threads don't stop. And so the program can't be closed. Like one thing I tried to do was kill the main window. It didn't matter. That other little dialogue was there. And I tried to kill that. And both of them would be gone, and it's still running. And not only that, everything I try to do, it keeps bringing that folder back up. It took me like an hour to manage to get to Task Manager. I couldn't get to the command prompt because it was blocking the command prompt. And I had to like try and resize things and manage to. Because it keeps bringing that same window up, I couldn't focus on the entry in the Task Manager to kill it. At least I'd have to be very quick, click and then end, right? Eventually I got it to die. So I knew at that point, well, I already knew that he was calling this create Windows hook. So I wanted to find out at least what kind of hook is he creating. So then I put in this thing that first it was an array of structures. For some reason they don't get initialized. They weren't initialized at the time when I wanted to print it out. But it was number 4, and that's this one. Okay. And what that is it's a hook that allows you to monitor messages being sent to a window procedure. And so therefore you can filter them out. If they're not coming in the appropriate manner, then it just ignores them, right? So I didn't want to let him have that hook. I just wanted, if I get rid of the hook, then I can just like let the thing die naturally on its own. Because if that box is taking over the whole process, and the other one underneath is nothing, then I can kill the other one, and then all of the threads, and there are like 30 of them, can die. So that's what I had to do. Then as soon as I heard the ding, I gotta wait for that window to become visible. In fact, it's probably almost instant. So I was wrong at first. I thought I was making a mistake here. Here I'm just faking it. Okay, here's your hook procedure. And he even tries to unhook it and everything. It's kind of cute. Anyway, so I thought, what I'll do, as soon as I hear the bing, is I will make the bing, and then I'm going to create a thread that's going to sit there and wait for that window to become visible. And I know that it's also a dialogue. Show you that. Oh, now you won't be able to see it because it disappears automatically. Anyway, it's a dialogue, same as this. Subclass, and it's Unicode rather than Systems Knob. A couple differences. Well, I guess I could run the other program. Non-modified. I'm running this under the debugger, so I could show you, I suppose. It's looking for this window, dialog, and then with this title. And of course, this is what I was trying before. I located the ID for the button, the OK button, and that's the ID that brings up the folder, and it's supposed to close the dialog. but it doesn't. And posting a closed message didn't help. Destroying it didn't help. Nothing helped. Until I got rid of that hook. Once the hook is gone, I can let it have, pretend I pressed the button, pretend it was closed properly, wait until it's finally dead, and then post a closed message to the, call it main, but really at the main window at the end is this evil one. So, this is the behavior now. Convert. That was just supposed to be a small file. That's it. It brings it up. Program's closed and it's gone. All because of that hook. Once I got rid of the hook, and I had gotten rid of the hook unknowingly, I forgot to put the, give it the right calling convention. I would have had it solved a couple hours ago. I don't really need that either. But you'll notice that it's imports from use 32 instead of user. And they're all the same as before. And everything appears to be working as far as the program is concerned, as per usual. Hook in everything. We've got Microsoft en route, or whatever the hell that thing is called. Detours, which is this thing that costs $1,000 or $10,000 if you really want to buy it, which allows you to install global hooks across the entire system. Really, they don't mean, it's not meant for sale or anything. It's just I guess it's just there to tell you, like, don't do that. Unless you're willing to be fined $10,000. And of course the DLL here is the debug version. That doesn't matter. I've got the old one backed up here. Same size, of course. And it's done. My life is improved. I mean, there's a lot of junk in here I don't need, but whatever. Well, this will come in handy someday later on for other things. Oh, that's the end of that story. Thank God, thank God. And now I get to I can encode this video. I don't have to do anything. It's going to kill itself, and that's the end of that. Okay, now I'm back to the struggle.